Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chicken Possible with Rewards Hunter, back with part 2 of the Venba series. So if you didn't watch part 1, this is the series where we work through this game Venba that's available on Game Pass, and we grab all the achievements that are in it for a bunch of Microsoft Rewards points. And if you haven't already watched part 1, that'll be linked in the description, so you can go back and get caught up and grab those first 3 achievements that we grabbed last time. But we're going to be grabbing 3 more that will count each day for the 50-point quest for earning an achievement in a Game Pass game. So this video is going to be broken up into 3 separate parts, so you can grab that quest and unlock those 50 points on 3 separate days as usual. But let's go ahead and get Venba started up, and we'll take a quick look at the achievement tracker like we usually do. So you should be at 3 out of 15 achievements so far, and the last one that we got was the Putu achievement for creating that recipe and launching it. So we're going to have one more recipe coming up in this video, but that's going to be the day 2 achievement. So let's go ahead and select continue, and we'll pick up where we left off at the end of part 1. And for the day 1 achievement for today, this achievement is going to be called Hair Off the Head for completing the park level. And this level does not have any sort of recipes or anything in it. It's just very straightforward dialogue. So you just keep pressing the A button basically to move through it. It's going to take you about 5 minutes to get through all that dialogue. So I'm just kind of skipping over that here. There's no need to really re-show it to you here. But once you've finished that section and you finish the park level just by repeatedly pressing A to get through the dialogue, then you'll get the Hair Off the Head achievement, just like I did right there. So like I said, that's our day 1 achievement. So after you get that one, just go ahead and press your menu button, and you can go back to the main menu, and the game will just automatically save your progress that you had up to that point. So we'll just press menu and go to quit. And then for the day 2 achievement, we're going to be working on making a new recipe on day 2. So this is the biryani recipe. So again, you want to make sure that you don't make any mistakes on this. So make sure that you follow along really well with my recipe instructions coming up, and we'll just continue where we left off from day 1. So we're going to work on making the biryani here, and this has a lot of ingredients to it. So make sure you kind of put them together in the right order and just kind of follow directions here, and I'll get you through it. And we do have some flavor texts and also some memories, which are a new thing. So we're going to click on the memories first. And as soon as this starts up here, I'll show you what the memories look like. So it immediately picks up the recipe book for you, so you can just press B to get rid of that and get that off the screen, and then we'll see the memories in just a second. So do you see the little, it almost looks like a letter G. It's like a little cloud with a circle symbol, a little rotation symbol. So make sure you just click on each one of those little clouds, and those are the memories. So we're gonna get all of those. So that was the first one. I clicked on the kind of top center one, and I'll click on the one at the upper left. So this is the second out of the 3 memories. We can press B and then click on the one over to the left by the beef. And this is the final memory. So we'll press B, and then we're going to press Y to get to the flavor text, which is the middle one as it was last time. So click on finding these ingredients, and we'll just page through that. Those are all the little extra things that we have to do. We've got all the memories and all of the flavor texts, which was just that one. So after that, we can start working on actually putting the recipe together. So the first thing we're going to do is work on the different spices. So look for the one that is called cardamom at the top, and we're going to put that one into the pot first. And next we're going to get the bay leaves over on the right side and put those in. We're looking for the fennel at the lower right, and then the cloves that are down there at the bottom right as well. So put all those spices in. And now we're going to get a few of the things at the top left. We're going to get the onions and put those in first. Chilies are going to go in next. And then the garlic paste. And then the tomatoes. All right, and once you've got all of those in, next we're gonna get the 3 powdered spices that are on the right side of the screen and put all of those in. So we've got the orange one that's over here, the yellow turmeric, and the red chili powder, so put all those in. And then we also need to grab the salt on the left side and put some of the salt in. And then finally we'll put the beef broth in, and then the water at the upper right. That should be all of the ingredients for the first half of this recipe. So we're going to let it simmer for 30 minutes, and then we're going to have another memory and another flavor text to click on for this second half of the recipe. So the first thing we'll do is click on the book that's up here, the recipe book, so we can look at this second half of the biryani recipe. All right, so now we'll click on the little bubble memory, the little cloud that's up here above the pot. And we just have one of those this time. And then we have one more flavor text, so make sure you get the flavor text after this as well. So we'll press B, and then we'll press Y to pull the flavor text menu up. Make sure you select the middle one, which says types of biryanis. So that's our flavor text for this second part. All right, and now we're ready to get the empty red bowl, and we're going to scoop out some of the beef that's in here. And then we're going to add some of the rice next. Now we will put the beef that we scooped up and put it back inside the pot, kind of layering things a little bit. And now we'll put some rice on top of that. And then we're basically just going to put in all of the remaining ingredients. So the ordering isn't really crucial here, but I started at the upper right, and then I kind of went down to the lower left. So just put all of those ingredients in. And don't forget about the little mint down here in the corner. And then Venba will say, I think this is right. I just have to cover it with a lid now. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to put the lid on. And she's just going to automatically start the heat for us there. And as soon as she says that it's all finished, then we can just take the lid off and we'll get the biryani achievement, which is called Family Beef. So she says it should be good now, so let's take the lid off, and then we'll get that Family Beef achievement. Okay, so there it is. That is our Day 2 achievement. So as always, just press your menu button, and we're going to go to Quit, and that will successfully save the game for us, and then we'll be able to start on the Day 3 achievements. All right, so for the Day 3 achievement, we're just going to get it started back up, and we're going to continue with our existing game. And then I'm not going to pronounce this next achievement, but basically we're going to have about 4 minutes of dialogue that we need to go through here. So I'm just going to kind of fast forward and skip over that, but just page through for about 4 minutes until you actually get to the part where it looks like you're starting a recipe. And this actually, I wouldn't really call this a full recipe. We've just got some things on a to-do list. We've got like 6 things to do on the to-do list, and there's not really any way to mess these up at all because it's not a recipe, it's just things that you have to do. So these are like little mini games. So for this one, you're just going to rotate with your left stick to start putting out this little paste that gets made into one of the dishes in a minute. And you're just going to do this 3 times. Like I said, there's no real way to mess this up or anything. You're basically just going through the motions here and following the directions of what it's telling you to do on screen. So this is the first part. And then for the next part, we're going to sort of dip those into a fryer. And as soon as they get sort of golden yellow, they'll get highlighted. And you'll be able to take them out and just kind of click on them with A, and they'll get dropped onto the plate on the right side of the screen. So these are all straightforward. Like I said, there's not really any way to mess them up or anything. So I'm just going to walk you through them, but they're pretty easy. Not really like real recipes per se, but still something that we have to do and still part of the gameplay that helps us to get our next achievement. Alright, so once we've got all 3 of those out, that'll finish that first item on the task list. Like I said, we've got 6 things to do. Alright, so for this next task, we're gonna take some, I think it's butter or some kind of salt or something. So we're just gonna dip this out and sort of spoon it out into the 7 different little spots here on the grill. And then we're going to take out this next ingredient and put it into the 7 spots on the grill. And then we're going to need to flip these over, and they'll get highlighted with a little white circle around them when they need to be flipped. So just hover over them and press A to flip them over to the next side when they're ready. And then when they're completely finished, then they'll also have a little white circle appear around them, so you can just press A on them again, and they will get moved over to the plate on the right side of the screen for you. Then we're going to start working on our fish. So like it says, we're just going to slice the fish with A. So every time that the knife gets highlighted in white, you're just going to press A, and it will automatically do the cuts for you. And now we're just going to put a little bit of the seasoning on each side of the fish. And then we'll put it into the frying pan to start cooking just a little bit, and then we'll need to flip it over about halfway through the process, and then we'll need to press A again on it to go ahead and move it onto the platter. All right, so we were finished with 3 out of 6 on our to-do list. We'll take a little bit of the butter and put it into this little skillet that's here. And then we're basically just going to be dropping all of the ingredients into the skillet as soon as they appear on screen for us. And then, so for this next section, we are going to remove the little steam valve from the top and open up the pot. And then we'll add this ingredient into the stew. And then you'll have to just kind of pluck all the little leaves as they get highlighted off of this sprig here and get them moved into the stew to finish it up. And this is almost everything on our to-do list. So we've got one last task here at the bottom. So in this section, we're just going to be flipping over the chicken legs as they need to be turned. So they'll get highlighted in white, and you'll just press A to flip them over. So that pretty much finishes the dinner spread. So that is going to get our day 3 achievement, which again, I'm not going to try to pronounce here, but that should be the 6th achievement for you in the game overall. And that is pretty much going to do it for Venba Part 2. I'm just going to quit and go back out to the main menu as always. But I will be back with a new Achievement of the Week guide next week for another easy achievement for you to work on for next week. As always, if you're looking for even more easy achievement guides and you have not already joined as a member, please feel free to click on the join button here in the video or in the description to get joined in and get some of those extra achievement guides that I publish every week for channel members. And if you are already a member, thanks so much for helping to support the Rewards Hunter channel and for helping me to keep doing what I'm doing here on YouTube. You guys help out a lot and I really appreciate it. So I will look forward to seeing you all in those future guides. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found that video helpful, please be sure to click the subscribe button here on YouTube and hit the bell for notifications. You can also find some helpful links in the description if you want to stay connected. Stay tuned for more Microsoft rewards and achievement guides, and I'll see you in the next one.